Om Namo Bhagavate Virajeshwaraya. Today is Kartika Shukla Dashami. It is special in two ways. The first one is it is Yajnavalkya Jayanti. So sage Yajnavalkya, Maharshi, his birthday. The second one is it is the day of Kamsa Vadha. So Kamsa, so Yajnavalkya Jayanti, Yajnavalkya, if we want to just remember Yajnavalkya Maharshi, he is the most wonderful sage, are very distinct and different Maharshis of Upanishads. So he has learnt a Sarva Shastra Pravakta, so he has learnt all the Shastras and he has given up that knowledge due to the time, whatever he has to pass through, and he has recovered all the knowledge on his own directly from the sun. Vajasini Samhita, then Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. So basically whole of the Shukla Yajur Veda, Krashta of that Shukla Yajur Veda is Yajnavalkya Maharshi. So Veda, Brahmana, the Veda Samhita, Brahmanam, Aranyakam and Upanishad, very high value of fresh and refreshed wisdom comes from him. So he says one should only learn about Atma. So Atma vare drashtavya, srotavya, mantavyo, nidhidhyasitavya. So see everything as Atma, hear everything about Atma, think everything about Atma, contemplate on the Atma, realize the self. The greatest teaching of the Vedas is to realize the truth, understand the true nature of the reality or the reality as such. So that is the Maharshi Yajnavalkya's Jayanti, the importance of Yajnavalkya's Jayanti. But very interestingly, the same thing actually happens as Kamsavadha. So Krishna Paramatma's Avatara Prayojanam is not really the Kamsavadha, probably. So if we look at the three stages of Jaya Vijaya's three Janmas. So first is Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakasipu. So Krishna, the Lord, has to take two avatars as Varaha and Narasimha to eradicate both of them. Then it is Ravana and Kumbhakarna is the next forms of Jaya Vijaya. They have to be eradicated as Rama. So Rama, Lakshmana, they come together, and Ravana and Kumbhakarna have been removed. So during that process, the third one is actually Sisupala and Dantavaktra. Sisupala, Dantavaktras are also removed by Krishna. So Krishna Avatara has a very interesting connotation or significance. So a voice without a body. So normally any voice, any sound has come, it should have origin in some body actually. Either it is a bell or it is a body, human body or a any body, it should originate, a sound should originate from some body. So if there is no body and the sound originates, that is called Akashavani. So what happens is Ugrasena Maharaja, who represents the Jiva, or the original owner of this kshetra of body, he is ruling. Over the period of time, Kamsa is born. So Kamsa has actually turned the power out of this Jiva. So basically he puts Ugrasena Maharaja into the jail. So Kamsa is one of these people, whoever don't listen to them, put them in the jail. Either kill them or confine them to a jail, remove their freedom. That is the whole story of Asuri Tamasa Pravruti. So he took over the kshetram, or the world, or the kingdom, by arresting his own father in the jail. So he putting him in the jail. So this situation need to be fixed somehow, somewhere. So Devaki, the sister, cousin, or the sister of Kamsa, this is the representation of Devaki, divine kshetra, or divine kshetra. It has been given to Vasudeva. Devaki and Vasudeva are married. So Kamsa is happily driving the chariot, taking the Devaki sister and the brother-in-law in that. Suddenly the Akashavani says, the eighth, so when this union happens, when this samadhi or whatever, the Ashtanga Yoga is being represented here. So Yama Niyama Asana Pranayama Pratyahara Dharana Dhyana Samadhi, the eighth one, from the beginning of this yogam. Yogam is bringing Devaki and Vasudeva together. Once Devaki and Vasudeva are brought together, Vasudeva is the supreme Lord, Devaki is the divine nature of the individual. Sister of Kamsa, Kamsa is the Ahankaram, or the who jails the Jiva, so who reduces the capabilities of the Jiva, puts him into the jail or puts him out of the freedom and starts owning this world or this body and runs according to his wills and fancies. So he has been running like that. So this Veda is the Akashavani. So Akashavani has told that eighth son or eighth son of this couple will kill you, or it will eradicate you. The Ahankara will be lost, or Ahankara will be removed when eighth son is born to this particular couple. So this he is now goes beyond all the dharma. He says, I will kill this sister. You should never harm any woman. That is the basic fundamental Sanatana Dharma, is no harm to anybody, no harm to woman specifically. So Vasudeva pleads, because he is powerful, he is in the kingdom, he pleads saying that no, anyway, eighth son only, and that also we will. So he puts them also into the jail. So jail means again confinement. Anyway, process continues. So Vedavak is always true. So when Akashavani says something, that will happen. But the Ahankara gets into the fear, always fear, because it is not having the real ownership. So it is not the natural wealth of the Ahankara. Natural wealth, so Jiva never need to be afraid, because it is the kshetra, all the kshetra, whatever is there, it is the natural wealth of the Jiva. So Jiva will not be worried. So Ugrasena Maharaja is happily lodged in this thing. Devaki and Vasudeva also in the jail. So everybody is in the jail, put in the jail, and Kamsa is continuing to rule. So Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi. So one after the other, the eighth one, the Samadhi, which is Krishna. Once Krishna is born, ego cannot survive for long. So ego, the Ahankara, the Kamsa, who is there inside, he has to be dethroned. Dethroned. So the same thing, it happens. The Kartika Shukla Dasami is the day when Krishna enters the kingdom of Kamsa. He goes with this Mallayuddha and removes him. So thoroughly he will be removed, and so Krishna don't take the ownership again of this and saying that Krishna has nothing to do with this whole game at all. So he is happily reinstates the Ugrasena Maharaja back into the kingdom. So this whole thing of this yogic significance of Krishna as the eighth or the Ashtami, all the Ashtami, Rohini, and the eight wives, eighth son, all whatever, eight, the Ashtamurti, the eight things, Ashta, eight different limbs of yoga that represents the eight is the significance of eight becomes very important. So, but on that 8, 9, 10, so whatever Vasudeva Priti Kartika Masa, it is actually very interestingly multiple types of demons have been removed in this Kartika Masa. We have seen Tarakasura, we have seen this Kamsa, we will see the Tripurasuras. So these are all one by one have been removed throughout this phase of Kartika Masa. So Siva Keshava Abedha, Harihara Abedha, Kartika Damodar Preeti worship Siva, because Siva and Krishna are showing the similar qualities, many similar qualities. Siva drank hala hala for the sake of protecting the world. Krishna drank the Visham given by Putana. Siva does dance as a Nataraja in the Chidakasa, Chidambaram. Krishna does also dance on the Kaliya Mardana. That is also a dance form. So there are such similarities of Siva and Krishna. So when we look at it, the protection of the earth or the Kshetra, Govinda, basically go actually means not only the earth, it is a Kshetra, it is all the Sabda, all the Mantra Shakti, or Brahmana, all Brahma. So Tapo, Vedascha, Viprascha, Jnanancha, Brahma Sangidam. So that is the same thing as what we see Subramanya protecting, and that is the same thing Govinda, Go means also protecting, that is the same thing as Siva protecting. So the protection is for the knowledge, protection is for the wisdom. So Kartika Masa, Somavara, today being the Monday again, it has Dasami, Yajnavalkya Jayanti, Kamsavatha. The understanding the significance of this period, it will get into tomorrow. It will be Utthana Ekadasi. Utthana is to waking up. So 4 months back on the Ashadha Shukla Ekadasi, Sayana Ekadasi, Lord has slept. Yoga Nidra, he goes into the Yoga Nidra. He will neither sleep nor he will not have any states. But it is the sun movement, Dakshinayana, in the Dakshinayana for 8 hours or the 4 months, 8 Pakshas, the 24 Pakshas of those 24 hours of the solar day. In the solar day, 8 hours of the night is the sleeping time for the god, which will be Ashadha Shukla Ekadasi to Kartika Shukla Ekadasi, Utthana Ekadasi. Between this Ekadasi, just before the Utthana Ekadasi, Kamsavadha happens. There is also a significance, so that is awakening. So just before awakening, ego should die. Only ego dies, awakening can happen. It is not that somebody can be awakened and still ego works. Ego cannot work for a person who has realized or the awakened to the reality. So the awakening happens, awakening or the realization happens, Prabodhini Ekadasi, Bodhana Prabodhini Ekadasi. Ekadasi is tomorrow. Means Ekadasi Tithi is mostly today, but the tomorrow's morning during the sunrise time and few hours of the sunrise time, the Ekadasi is there. The Upavasam is to be done tomorrow and Parana has to be done on the next day, Wednesday. So it is one of the, according to one cycle of Ekadasis, people will start with the Kartika Krishna Paksha. That is the Utpatti Ekadasi. From that Ekadasi onwards, people will start the Ekadasi Vratam. So this will be the last Ekadasi according to that cycle. Another is Toli Ekadasi, which is Sena Ekadasi. Along with that, Chaturmasyam, beginning of the Chaturmasyam, some people will start the Ekadasi Upavasa Vratam. According to that, before that will be the last Ekadasi, and Sena Ekadasi will become the first Ekadasi, or the Toli Ekadasi, it is known as Ashadha Shukla Paksha Ekadasi. Whatever it is, this is another cycle, different traditions, different cycles. So the Ekadasi again is a great parva of Kartika Masa, then leading to the Deva Deepavali or the Kartika Purnima or the Jwala Toranande, where Tiruvannamalai or the Arunachalam will have the biggest celebration, and also that is Tripurasura Samharam. So with the knowledge or the wisdom helping individuals to realize that period or connect to that temporal time periods, important time periods, thereby performing their own sadhanas according to their own tradition, either doing worshipping, physical worship or yogic worship, or parayanas, or the dhyana, or the contemplation, or whatever is the method, antaryagam or bahiryagam. So either it should be done outwardly with elements, 5 elements, or it should be done inwardly with 3 attitudes. So Panchabhutas and 3 gunas. Put together, that is the 8 vasus. So the 8, the Krishna signifying that Vasudeva, Vasudeva, 8 vasus are the 8 limbs. So out of 8 limbs, 5 of the limbs are known as the Bahiranga Prakriyas. Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara are the 5 limbs that can be visible outside. Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi. These 3 limbs are called Antaranga Sadhana. It cannot be seen outside. It cannot be described with the words. So 5 plus 3, 8 is the Ashtanga. So these 8 represent 5 elements of the gross world and 3 attitudes, Sattva, Rajas, Tamo gunas of the inward world. Inward world is filled with these 3 gunas. Outward world is filled or occupied with all the 5 bhutas. Either it is earth, water, air, fire, akasa. Fire, air, akasa, 5. So all the prapancha is filled with these 5 elements and associated stuff around it, all their combinations, several conglomerates of it. That is what is the gross world which this body is made up of. Sattva, Rajas, Tamo gunas are the three constituent components, are the balance or the activity or the inactivity. Those three are the modes of operation of mind, and also they are also known as, they are represented by the three puras or the three worlds that are known as the waking state, dreaming state, and the deep sleep state of the individual experiences. That is called three puras, representing Tamoguna, deep sleep, Rajoguna, dreaming state, and Sattva-guna, waking up state. Sattva, Rajas, Tamo gunas, Tripuras, they represent the Surya, Chandra, Agni. That is Surya, Chandra, Agni, or Surya, Chandra, Yajamani. Yajamani is the Jiva, that is the Sattva-guna of the inward. Surya, Chandra represent respectively the worldly and beyond spiritual nature of the psychological energies. So the source, the origin. So, but whatever sun's energy cannot be directly consumed on the earth. So on the earth it has to be consumed, it need to come through the moon's somarasa, or whatever, moon's bija, or a plant life which represents the moon on the earth basically, or the fire. So when sun and moon combine together, that is that power that is known as the Agni. Actually, Agni is also known as the Ga, is the voice in the individual. So voice or the sound form is known as the subtle Agni, the fire. Through the voice only, the Sabda Pramana only, the knowledge will flow through from generation to generation as the Veda Vidya. So that is why the Go, or the Gam Vindati Govinda, means one who continues this succession of the knowledge coming from one generation to other generation is also the Govinda. So that abstraction for this knowledge is the Kamsa, who wanted to not let the supreme knowledge flow and create a false fictitious knowledge that is also known as Hayagriva, hiding the Vedas, or the taking away the Vedas, hiding the Vedas. After hiding the Vedas, it will be false knowledge that will be circulating in the world, which is filled with the hate, the conflict, the fight, which will cause so much trouble to the individual. Same individual reflection is the world. So all the people everywhere, anything, whatever is seen in the world is the same one individual energy only. Ideally, actually speaking, there is neha nanasti kinchana. Here there is not multitude of beings are not there. It is one being projecting, manifesting as several beings over the spatial three-dimensional space, creating a ranga, creating a Jagannatakam. And the play will happen according to, always it is a zero-sum game. It is never anything is never created, never get destroyed. But it appears to be created, appears to be destroyed, going through in the cycles. That happens by sun and moon differentiation, sun, moon, and fire on the earth. So sun and moon and fire, these three things will be guiding the everything else. Okay, everything else is a stage. The consciousness appears like all these different things, and it goes into the whole loop of the papa, punya. There are several layers up, layers down. Jiva is going up and down, getting entangled into several types of jails at the end of the day. It's all several types of not having freedom. So including the Swargaloka, it is not full freedom. There is a temporal limitation for that. And again the Jiva will fall into the karma bhumi of the earth only, and on the earth again continue doing the operation of different actions that need to happen. So over the period, sometime the Jiva has to get this Sadbuddhi, the right way of looking at the world. So then Viveka, Vairagya, Mumukshutvam, Sadhana Sampatti, all these different things are accumulated, and the yogic method or Vedantic method is seen. And the true nature of the world as a single existence, true nature of the not single unification of the Sat and Chit, and the existence and the consciousness. So there is no separate consciousness observing the existence. So that is one of the fundamental Shakti and Shiva Shakti duality. So all these dualities need to be crossed over. So Sanatana Dharma actually gives a step-by-step method aligning the individual to the universal flow of time, giving multiple Rutus, Asveja Masa for the Shakti worship, Kartika Masa for Shiva worship. So like that, worship or Parayana, Upasana, Dhyana, all these things, one can gradually go up in the knowledge, finally leading to the realization of the nature, true nature of oneness, non-dual realization of the truth. So reaching there is known as moksha, or reaching there is known as self-realization, God realization, whatever it is, getting the grace of God, getting the grace of Guru, whatever words or the expressions are given, it and all happens as the grace, or that is one of the creation, maintenance, destruction, or the transformation. Those are the three visible things, and a jiva coming into this whole cycle of temporariness, and a jiva being pulled out of this temporary cycle into the permanent. So they are called Stirodhanam and Anugraham. These are the Panchakrityas that are performed by the Divine Mother or Shiva, whatever way, Vishnu, whatever name, form we wanted to attach to it, that is the supreme power guiding this universe of Ashtamurti, 8 different things, Vasus. There are 11 Rudras and Dvadas Adityas, Ekadasa Rudras and Dvadas Adityas. 12 plus 11 plus 8 Vasus plus Prajapati and Brahma, they become 33 Koti. Koti means not crore, 33 groups of divinities. They can be seen in various ways. They can be organized in such a way that there are Ashta Vasus, 8 directional gods. Or they can also be seen as Navagrahas. They can be also be seen as the different attitudes, Rudras. They can also be seen as the Adityas of the sun in various places of the horizon. So 12 Adityas. Like that, it will go into multiple differentiations for aiding, enabling an individual to cross through or the climb up onto this path of yoga. So yeah, it is the traffic jam giving more time to speak. So whatever it is, Kartika Shukla Dasami is a great opportunity. Kartika Masa, whole of Kartika Masa is a great opportunity for all the sadhakas. Whoever have performed the Chaturmasya Vratam will end. But the Kartika Masa will continue with the Somavaras, Kartika Purnima and all that stuff. So the whatever is remaining, whatever is upcoming, may each seeker, may each bhakta, each sadhaka, each upasaka use that time effectively for realizing the true nature of the God in whatever the form they are doing their upasana, and may that grace be felt, experienced, and this bliss is understood and experienced as well. With that wish, Swasti. ఓం నమో భగవతే విరాజేశ్వరాయ.